Hey guys, welcome back to another video with Salient Aquatics. We're going to review my third Nicrew light that Nicrew sent me. As you can see here, I did put it up on foam blocks, and I'm doing my style of using the black curtain underneath so you can really get a visual of what the lighting looks like. This is the Nicrew RGB plus W 24/7 planted LED aquarium light. We're going to talk about the things I like and the things I do not like about this light. So let's jump right into this review. So the reason I put it up in blocks is because this thing does sit very low to the glass tops. I am not real impressed with the docking legs on this light because they bend very easily. This does go up to 48 inches. This light does come with a remote as well as the inline controller. So like I've discussed in the prior videos, I like that feature because you have both options if something happens to one or the other. The other thing I don't like about this light, it does get very warm to the touch. Like I put my temperature gun on it and it hit 114 degrees. All the other ones do not get to that temperature, which I think's a little bit too warm for an LED light. As you can see here, I discussed the docking legs, and I'll set it down on the aquarium for you so you can see what I'm talking about on how low it sits to the glass tops and how the docking legs aren't very sturdy when they're extended out. They have a pretty good bend to them, as you can see right here in this area here. And also, I can't even get my pinky finger in between the glass tops and the light. So it sits very low, which isn't an issue. It's just compared to the rest, it does not have a good sturdy base. I do like this light. It has a nice wide stature, as you can see. It's very smooth, it's very sleek. And because of its wide stature, it really illuminates this aquarium well. There is no area that's dark. Even when I raised it up on the blocks, it did well. And here's the inline controller. Right now I have the light turned off for the video purposes, and we're going to be getting into that next, where I turn it on and show you the different colors and things like that. You can program this light from the inline controller or the remote. If you want to default this light as they recommend, you just press and hold the power button and the setting button for 3 seconds, and that'll put it in default mode. We'll discuss the programming shortly. So to have a look at a little bit of the remote action, let's turn it on. We hit the power button. As you can see, the light comes right on. And if you hit the max button, you can see max, which was already on it. We'll also be removing this curtain so you can see it on the aquarium, but here's red, green, blue, and of course we go back to the white. All of these can be adjusted. I am going to have to adjust the white lights on this aquarium light down a little bit because it is causing too much algae. It is very bright light. You also have different features to mimic weather, such as a cloudy day. This simulates a thunderstorm. I'll leave it on for a second go around here. And of course this is sunlight and moonlight, which are cool features on this light. You have your presets M1, M2, M3, M4 to customize your own settings, your own lighting. The options are limitless. I don't want to say limitless, but you get the idea. A lot of options to play with. So I'm going to go ahead and move you over here to look at the inline controller a little bit. As you can see, I put it on 24/7 mode, and you can know that it's on 24/7 mode when you look at the controller, it goes back to the time you have set for the area where you live. So I'll remove the curtain here so you can see what it looks like and the different lighting on the aquarium itself. Move the camera back a little bit. So right here, this is on 24/7 cycle that I preset, which I'll be changing because it's too bright. But here's red, green, blue, and then of course back to white. That gives you an idea what it looks like on the aquarium. And this is where I hit max. As you can see, it's already there because of the time of the day it is here anyways. And you can ramp up and ramp down the sunrise and sunset setting as well. Just a quick look at the inline controller. As you can see, it's pretty basic and straightforward. This thing does work in tandem with the remote. It displays your time, and it also is going to display your settings as you're programming them. You got your power and settings button where you press and hold them and for 3 seconds to default the light. At this point you can leave the default settings or you can customize it using the remote. I will customize a little bit because the white lights are too bright and causing algae issues, so I need to adjust those down a little bit. It has a nice connection here where it's tight, no water's going to get in there. I'm pretty impressed with this connection. Some lights you get that's kind of like a shoddy connection. But all in all, it's built pretty nice. So just to talk about the controller a little bit, it's a pretty nice little controller. It's self-explanatory. You want to ensure the controller is in 24/7 mode by pressing the 24/7 button on the remote, and the controller will display the current time. You set the current time by hitting the timer button on the remote, and then you press hour plus or minute minus to adjust the time to your current time, and then always remember to press the down arrow to save the setting. To save setting the lighting schedules, it's pretty straightforward. Each lighting phase is made up of a start time and 4 colors: white, green, red, and blue. To program light phase 1, you press the P1 button on the remote. The LCD inline controller display will just show P1. It'll briefly flash the time, and then you adjust by using hour plus and minute minus to set the hours and minutes. This is when you would like phase 1 to begin, or the sunrise, and press the down arrow to save. And it just goes for, you repeat the steps through P2, P3, P4, and so forth per the instruction manual. If you want to set your ramp times, you get 2 options: 15-minute sunrise and sunset or 30-minute sunrise and sunset. To do that, you just press the ramp button to adjust the ramp time, hour plus and minute minus to choose from the following modes: 50 minutes or 30 minutes. Always remember to press the down arrow to save and exit. Here's a nice look at the light on the aquarium. Currently I have it up on the foam blocks. As you can see, it's pretty nice looking on the aquarium. It definitely puts the output of light you're going to need. It's going to do whatever you need on any aquarium, whether it's planted or non-planted. Taking it off the blocks to set it straight down on the tank to show you what it's like when it's on the aquarium as it normally would be. As you can see, all the light is now going into the aquarium. Less light is escaping from being up on the blocks. Open and close the lids right on top of it is not an issue, as you can see here. This will not hurt it. These lights are splash proof, but they are not made to be submerged in water. Keep that in mind as well. So my personal opinion and thoughts on this light are, it's a fantastic light that if you are on a budget, you can get this thing for $64.99 on Amazon. And it's a light that, much like all their other lights, it's not going to break the bank, but you still get to have and play with all the features and programmable settings as an expensive light. It's going to do what you need it to do. It's going to light your aquarium up. It's going to grow your plants. And it's going to do everything you want it to do for a good, affordable price. Keep in mind, going forward with all these reviews that I'm doing on these lights, this is the main selling feature with these lights. You get a very decent light for the price. People are even using shop lights because they're a cheap way to go light your aquarium, right? You go to Lowe's, you get a shop light, you hang it or block it above your aquarium somehow. That used to be the case, but now with inflation, it's almost not feasible to do that anymore. You are better off getting a light like Nicrew sells here for close to maybe a little bit more than a shop light, or the same as you would at Lowe's or Home Depot, but you're not getting all that controllability and programming and timers and sunrise and sunsets that you do with these lights. So in my opinion, I like the light, but out of all 4 lights that they sent me, I probably like this one the least, just because it does get very hot when you turn it on, 114 degrees. The docking legs bend and give a little too much more and the fact that it sits very close to the glass isn't something that really bothers me, but it just goes hand in hand with the fact that it doesn't have a very good base structure. It's not very strong as opposed to the other ones. But that's it. That's my review on this light. Let me know in the comments below if you like this light, or if you've used it, or if you have any other questions. Always get back to my comments. So other than that, I certainly appreciate your time. I hope this review helped you. And till next video, we'll catch you on the flip side.